Hello everyone, welcome back. Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Coffee Corner. And I absolutely understand it has been quite a while since the last episode. There has been a lot of changes to my life. That's why I kind of got put off every time when I want to pick up a camera and film a video. So let's start it from March and then talk about what has been happened. Let's talk about what has happened to me. Not nothing major, nothing negative. In March break, we went back to China for a visit to see my grandpa, to to see my grandpa and my parents, and it was such a lovely trip. I haven't been to, I hadn't been to China for 4 or 5 years since last trip, and it was quite a change for me. When I got to the airport, I had a hard time buying stuff because I didn't know how that worked, and I did a lot of work before I actually went on the trip. Anyway, I loved the food. I missed my parents, missed everybody, and it just emotionally, it was such a shock for me. Some of my friends, we used to be very close. When I got back, I felt there was a distant, and I didn't know how to manage the feeling of feeling distant. So I had a hard time, but it was a short trip anyway. So we came back on the long trip, and then all of a sudden, my husband's shift has changed from daytime to nighttime. So I have become a single parent, and then it has always been very difficult for me to look after my kid by myself. I don't know why. I just cannot. I still cannot. It gives me anxiety when I even just think about that I have to deal with him by myself. He has been a great kid since he was a baby, but again, he's a kid. It's a lot of work, and I myself very much appreciate my own time, and I need a time for me to declutter, reset, recharge. But I rarely got the time now because the change of my husband's shift. So since then, I have been very busy between work and life and a kid. Since then, I have been very busy between work and looking after kids. So I rarely got the time for myself to think about what kind of things I want to talk about, or the videos. Anyway, I barely even checked your comments. I know some of you have left the comments for me, but I'm very sorry that I didn't respond immediately. And I have seen them. I have read them. I just didn't have the desire. I guess it's kind of seasonal depression. I don't know. So I had no desire for anything else other than sleeping. Anyway, so talking about getting back to work, I have been very lucky with this class, and I really love my students, and they are wonderful, and they have motivation, they have goals, they want to learn, and they ask for more to learn. That gives me a lot of drive that I want to do more for them. And because of that, I have been very busy with the work, with the teaching, and I've been speaking a lot of English at work at a higher level. So I feel like I lost the desire of practicing or the thought of practicing my English or anyway. And I just don't want to talk. And because I talk too much during the day and I talk too much with my kid, and I just want a quiet moment. Anyway, I'm still reading books. If you wonder, I've read not a lot, but I've taken my time to read my books now. I think before I was more of a, like doing a competition with myself. I don't know. So I was always trying to finish a book after book after book. But then I realized, what's the point of just finishing a book? Why not enjoy the book? Is that the whole purpose of reading a book? So I started to slow down and not care about the progress. So when I pick up a book, I want to read it. I will read it and really enjoy it, take my notes, take my time. If I don't want to read a book, I probably have been doing this, and I could put my book away for even like almost a week at one point. I just didn't want to touch anything. One thing I did do to help myself read more books is I got a new e-reader, Kobo, because that will be connected to the library here, so I will be able to borrow books from the library and then read the books directly on my Kobo. And that has helped me read more, to be honest. But now the honeymoon stage has gone, so I've gone back to let's just take time and enjoy the book and read as much as I can. Anyway, Second thing I want to talk about, second thing that, the second change is I have been running since January. Actually, no, I have been running since last year in September, mostly for my mental health. I find that running can help myself occupy. I find the running can help myself. I find the running can keep myself occupied so I'm not thinking too much about work or other things. And it has been amazing and I really love it. And it passed because wintertime here that there's no way you can run with their like deep snow here. And I started again in January, gradually getting back of my ability running. Again, I'm not a run. I'm not gonna call myself a runner because I am not. I'm still very very new to this sports, and I'm trying to figure out how to run consistently and how to run with a lower heart rate because that's one of my biggest challenges and I'm still working on it. So I've been very much enjoying this sport and then it gives me motivation to kind of go forward. And also when you work hard, you plan your workouts and you see the progress, it's just very motivated. Or you do something, you see progress, you're happy about it, you're positive. And because of that, I have to really strategically time my or schedule my own time to figure out when to run will be best. Because I have my work during the day, I get home, I quickly grab my stuff and start running. And I need to get back before certain time so I can go pick up my kiddo and then come back and cook and look after him, play, and then bedtime. And he is not a good sleeper, so every time when I put him to bed it takes forever for him to fall asleep, so then that takes a lot of time. That takes up a lot of my own time, and then by the time I finally settle down and I can do my own thing, it will be probably around 10 o'clock at night. So yeah, I'm exhausted every day, for good or for bad, and I just don't have much energy for filming anymore. um, and even talking about that makes me a little bit emotional. I just finished my very first ever 5K running race. I just finished my very first 5K race last Sunday, and I was so happy because, seeing your work turning to a real action, and then you actually finish that, and then you actually have done the best of the best for yourself, and you have done the best out of all the training you have done in the past. Uh, it was quite emotional. Now I understand when run influencers filming them running marathons or other things and then got emotional in the mid of run, or they finished crying with or they finished with tears when they got the medals. I understand now. Well, I started running when the whistle when the alarm when the alarm went off and everybody was rushing to go, and I was really taking my time and pacing myself as however I trained to keep the momentum, to keep the endurance there. I was running. I was thinking about all the support I got from my family, from my little kiddo, from my husband, from my parents-in-laws, and they have tried so hard to help me so I can get more time to train for running, which I'm such an amateur that I don't need that much support because I feel like if I don't do well, I'm going to disappoint them. But anyway, in the middle of that, I just could not believe this is happening and I am doing that. I was really emotional. I'm still emotional now. My goal was to not run the last, and not only I wasn't the last, I actually ran the whole course without pausing, because in before the race, I was running kind of on and off in a run walk mode, in the run walk technique. So before the race, I was kind of doing the run walk technique to lower my heart rate. So I hadn't really completed a 5K without stops or anything. So I was kind of frustrated and I wasn't really sure about whether I could finish or not. And I was worried that I would be stopping too often, that I wouldn't be able to finish with a good time, or I would be the last, everybody would be waiting for me, those kind of things. A lot of thoughts. So, and I have learned a lot from just running. I think you make a lot of mistakes during practice. You just keep practicing, you keep checking yourself, you keep checking which part you need to work on more, which part you need to improve, or which part you need to do less. Those kind of things. And never be afraid, never be scared of stopping. And I think stop sometimes gives you time and a break to think about what you can do better, you can do more. And also, one of the most important things during that race on Sunday is consistency. I've seen people rushing so hard from the start line, and they were all passing me, and I was a little bit panicked. Like, oh my God, they're so fast. And even less than 1K, and I would say 10 people started walking, and I was just the same pace, slow, steady, keep going, don't stop. And I was then even telling myself, just don't stop. Like, you don't need to stop. You're slow. You just keep going. So your goal today is to not stop. And I did not stop even once. And I saw people on the way. They stopped on and off, just like how I trained myself. I think they used so much energy or too much energy in the beginning, and they started fading. And I was just on my best. I was just at my best. I was going on, and I was just being myself, probably best version of myself at the moment. I was running at the same pace. And again, my heart rate exploded 100%, but I didn't feel that. I felt that was such quite pleasant and easy run for me. I did not stop. I kind of run and grabbed a drink at the same time. Had that. I felt the moment I was such a professional athlete or whatever. I enjoyed that moment and then got a picture taken and then ran from beginning to the end. And I saw my little kiddo holding a sign, very cute, showing that run, mama, run. And then my best friend came here to cheer me up. As a surprise, I didn't know she would come, but she came and showed up. And I just could not hold myself. I said, now I understand why people are so emotional when they do things like that, because it's a sign of you being able to do things. You gain confidence from being able to complete something, being able to finish something that's so difficult, so challenging, and you're doing it. Maybe you're not the best, but you know what? You finished. That's the most important part. And I think one thing I really learned from training for the race or doing this is being consistent. Whatever you do, it's not about getting the best views or the most views, doing the best performance or anything. It's about, can you do it consistently? You don't stop. You might slow down. You might fix yourself from here or there, but you don't stop. You just keep going. When you realize something wrong, you might take a pause, but you quickly adjust yourself and then you keep moving to the right direction. That's how you catch up on some other people. And they might start early and they might be faster than you, but because you're consistent, you're gradually moving forward, you're gradually catching up. I think that's the key. For a lot of things, that even learning or doing other things, I think it's the same thing. You just have to be consistent when you are doing that. I think this is when most people get themselves lost in doing things because they realize I'm not good at that, and they gave up. That it takes a very long time. And I saw a video of a woman talking about her running, and she said when she started, and her heart rate was basically like 170 at a pace of 8:30 or 9:30. But then after 5 years of running in her whole life, now she can run really fast. Not really fast, but pretty fast at 5, but with a heart rate about 132, under 130. 5 years, and then thinking about myself, sometimes I feel frustrated about numbers because I can't do well, I can't perform well, and sometimes I have flat days, and I just hate hard. I hate hard, and it just hit me hard, and then I can't do it. Then I want to give up, then I don't want to do it. And then seeing that video has given me a lot of courage and motivation that I just need to keep going. Right? There are going to be some ups and downs, and mostly probably downs, but if you don't give up, you keep doing, keep improving, then you'll get there. And maybe after 5 years, I will be able to run a marathon. You never know, right? So I'm quite proud of myself, and I'm very proud of myself, not only because I finished the race, with my personal best, but also I'm able to do that to show my kid that as you want to do it, you can do it, and doesn't matter how old you are and where you are right now. So I'm very happy. By the way, if you wonder my speed, I'm very slow. I'm not best. Some people might be like, oh, basically you're walking or anything. Don't worry about other people. When you do a lot of things, when you speak, when you practice, or you do anything, you perform, you present, don't worry about what other people do. They don't know you. They don't understand you. They don't know how much you have put there, and they don't know when you started. They judge you in their own perspective, but you know you are doing it and you're doing the right thing. So people might say that you're so slow, you're basically walking, and I would say, so what? A year ago, or less than a year ago, I wasn't even able to run for 100 meters, and now I'm running 5K without stopping. So I'm very proud of myself. So use that as a story to motivate, to inspire myself to do more, to challenge more, to try new things. So that has been what has been going on, and what has taken a lot, what has been taking up a lot of my own time, and then I barely have time for the video. And also I do tutoring as well, and I've been really enjoying with quite a few of my students doing tutoring. I think they have shown me their effort, their consistency, and also their motivation, that they believe themselves they can do it. And then I want to give them as much as I can to help them achieve, to succeed and thrive. Succeed and thrive. So that's my goal. Anyway, so this has been a while, but summer is coming. I will have more time, and hopefully I can get my groove back. Hopefully I can get my groove back and then keep uploading videos and be more frequent. And don't be a stranger. So if you are still following me, thank you so much for being consistent. If you're new here, this is my style, so there's no regular routine for when to or how often I upload the videos, but I will try my best since summer is coming. So I'm very looking forward to it. And thank you so much for staying with me for so long. And yeah, I'll see you next time. Love you guys. Bye.